Hello, boys. Now it should work. I was just testing out some stuff with. Let me see. Boom, 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 like that. Over here, go here. Boom, boom, boom. Yes. Okay. Okay, now it should work. Let's see here. Okay, now, yes. Okay. Just writing a little post here. Oops. And then I will be ready. There we go. Okay. It's posted. It's out there. Okay. Now we're here. Okay. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you blah, blah, blah? Yes. Okay. Perfect. Woo! Now, I was just testing. I can actually show it to you here. So, the new YouTube stream thingy looks like this. So I can enable a little thing over here called dual stream. Automatically generates a vertical crop version of for the shorts feed. That's fine because we should. Hello. Oh, thank you, Dennis. Thank you for the donation. Thank you. So you can see up here we have the normal stream here. And then we have a vertical one here. Sadly, this vertical one is just, as it says, a crop version of the big one, meaning I have no control over what's going up here. And that makes that vertical thing not look very good. And that's very annoying because, let me just, it's super confusing. That's very annoying because I would like to be able to control what goes in that vertical one. And because OBS have something called vertical plugin, so I actually can have something where I can set it up so that the vertical stream looks better. But so I was just trying to set that up and then send this vertical one to the same stream, you know, hoping that it would figure out that that was the vertical one and show that one, but it didn't. It just took over everything. So yeah, that was why I was back and forth a little bit. So anyway, now I'm here. Let's see here. Eventually, I guess YouTube will make this work, so it's a little bit easier. Anyway, so hello, Dennis. Thank you for the donation. Hello, Keltosa, Pyrotechnics, Super Pyro. Alfredo, stream is lagging and bad quality. Next problem, Alfredo. The problem is, well, it's the same as it normally is, I guess. So it should be fine. Weird. So it should be fine. So it should be fine. Try and refresh maybe. Alfredo, what is this? Okay. Even though the problem is that I'm using Restream. So even though it says here, because YouTube can handle again. Dennis, okay, so it's Truxty. I was also, it used to be Truxty doing these donations. So I was also, I cannot figure out all these freaking usernames, Truxty. But thank you anyway. What was I about to say? Oh yes, yeah. So it complains here that the bitrate is too low. That's because YouTube can handle a much higher bitrate, and when I normally, and my internet can too, handle a much larger bitrate. But the problem is, you can see we recommend using a stream of blah blah blah, and I could actually do that. But, and I might do that actually also in the future, because yeah, I don't know how many are actually watching on Twitch anyway. But The problem is I'm using Restream, which sends out the same stream to both YouTube and Twitch. You know, it's easier for my machine and it can just send it out to both the same stream, but it will be the same bitrate, meaning, yeah, and the problem is that Twitch have a limitation of 7,500, so I cannot go over that one. So if I do that, the stream won't work on Twitch and vice versa. But I don't know. The majority of people watching on YouTube, so I don't even know if it's worth actually streaming to Twitch. But I don't know. Yeah. Okay. So what are we gonna do today? I'll just start up some stuff so it can start loading while I'm saying this. Because today is gonna be very interesting. At least I hope so. So let me give you a little status while this is starting up actually. So you might have seen that I have recently just have some visual to show here. Just a second. I'm just So I need to start Unity, blah blah blah. Oh good, yep, perfect. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Okay, and we go down here and we go to history. So you might have seen yesterday that I pushed out a version 26 1.2 to Steam, and there was some issues, some bug fixes in the previous one that I needed to fix, and I did some various things. I updated, mostly some fixes. And the thing is that this first version of this year will just mainly be bug fixes and some stabilization, optimization stuff. Nothing major, just some minor stuff. I want to have that kind of in place so that I can focus on the firing system next. So I can have full focus on that. So we have a stable version of the game, and then I can focus on the firing system, because the firing system is both a technical challenge, but it's even more a challenge of figuring out how it should work UX wise, because it's not super simple. And no matter how I will do it, there will always be some people thinking it could be done in another way and want some different things. So I will try to find a way that fits most people. But anyway, so that's why I'm working on these last final things, leftovers from the stuff I actually wanted to have before New Year's. And in that bucket of things is the making all the buildings in the city map destructible. And as you might know, the majority of them are already destructible. But let me show you here. But not all of them. Okay, it needs to load again. Because the middle buildings are a little different than the other ones. And if you were in the last live stream, or maybe the last, I was actually working on this. And there was an issue where it wouldn't rotate stuff. So what happens when something is destroyed is that, let's see here. So for instance, I was playing around with this building here. So you can see all of, let me go up here. These types of buildings here, they are not destructible yet, but all the other ones, all these out here and all these small ones and these ones and yet another donation. Truxty, got a new house, you have to save your money, but thank you anyway. So everything here is destructible except these ones, and the reason they are not destructible is because let me explain what happens when something is destroyed. When this building is destroyed, it's actually, this entire thing is removed and replaced by another prefab in Unity, which is the destroyed version. It can be something that looks like this, that is broken down, or in this case, it will just be a pile of dirt and some fire and some stuff. because it's simple to do, and I also have to keep down the amount of debris that shoots out because performance and stuff. But we also want to have something so things seems like it's broken and everything. So let's see what we end up doing here. Maybe we can have this top one be there as a debris from this one, but we'll see what we get to. The problem was that because this is a long building, when it was destroyed, this long pile of dirt here was supposed to be rotated the same as the building, but it was not. It was always rotated down here, and I spent an hour and a half last stream, and I have spent many hours afterwards trying to figure out why. It ended up being some weird stuff, and I kind of had an idea of that, of some timing of when stuff happens and something in when things are spawned and whenever they are destroyed and yada yada yada. But it should work now, but we will start out by testing that. So right now this building here is just an unwrapped version of this destructible prefab, which makes no sense to you guys most likely, but let me show you. It will make sense in a moment. So we have let's make some room here. So we have the destroyed versions and we have the destructible versions. And this is called block 01 because I just have to, I will call them 2, all of them, they are different. And as you can see this, another problem is that these buildings are actually built up of a lot of different things, which you couldn't care less about, but it's a problem technically because all of these are individual prefabs. So this apartment thing here, so that is one prefab. Let me see if I can do like this. Nope, not this. So like this. So you can see each of these are one little thing, and I cannot make all of these individual destructible because that would be nice, but it's performance-wise and work-wise to make that happen is way too big. So I just take it as one big chunk. So I have already, as I remember, I think I have, haven't I done that? Oh, I haven't done that yet. Oh, didn't I do that? Yeah, I think so. No? Anyway, I thought Anyway, we'll take a look at that. Anyway, so I combined these things into one thing so it's kind of under one, so I can just remove it like this. And then we have a hole in the ground. That's what we need to cover that dirt. We'll see in a moment. Anyway, so this is just an unwrapped version. Let's take in the real version here. And let's copy the different transforms here. And let's paste it in. So it will stick in the same place, and then I can remove this one. So now everything basically looks the same, okay? It looks the same as before, all good. Except this one is now have a destructible behavior, and it have a destroyed prefab. And that destroyed prefab looks like this, right now at least. So that's just a pile of dirt and some fire stuff going on and some explosion forces that starts out when it's spawned. And as you saw here, it's a long one because, as I said before, it needs to cover this hole that is in the ground here once the building is gone. So it needs to cover that so the players cannot fall into that. But let's first try this just to prove that it's now working, at least working and it's rotated correctly. Oh, Cornball, you were here last time? Yeah, then you saw I had a lot of issues with this. Let's just try single player here, no mods, blah. Okay. Because once we have this working, I think it will do all the buildings, so they just have this dirt thing, and then we can maybe put in some different stuff. Okay, let's make it full screen here. So remember there was this building down here, and normally you would put a lot of propans and everything to blow it up. Of course, that would do in real life, but in the editor I have a little secret button I can press. So just by looking at something and pressing that button, it explodes, which is a pretty nice feeling. But anyway, so now we're gonna try and explode this one. So all good. So you see now that it's actually rotated correctly. It actually is rotated the same way as the building. And maybe we should I actually want to test something just to not just be fooled by my own stuff here. Let's just let's try and take a copy of this one, and let's take it out here, and let's try and I actually didn't try this. Maybe I should have done that before streaming, so I knew that was working, but now I might get surprised, but hopefully not. Oops. Up. Okay. So now we have these two here, and now I can try and explode both, and they should, this dirt thing should then line up in the same rotation as the building that was destroyed. Yeah, hopefully. Let's see. Oh, maybe I should unsubscribe for some mods because it takes a while to load this. Boom. It's over here. Okay. So let's try and destroy this first. Let's see here. So you see it aligns perfectly. Nice, very nice, very nice. Very nice. Okay, so that's good. Okay. And just because it looks nice, let's see if we can do this. Never gets old. Anyway, okay, so it works. So that's cool. So that is cool. Perfect. So now we actually have this, but as I said, we might need some debris in this so that it seems like it was actually destroyed once it's gone. But there are some other things I wanna address first. Or we can do that. We could also do that later, because one of the things you might be able to see by looking at this is that all these green things here, they are colliders. And for instance, the building, let me see if I can, I think I have this stairs, fire escapes, yeah, move that. So let me just do like this, and then let me do like this. Okay, so yeah, you can see that a lot of these, actually maybe I should open it up in here. So all these apartments down here, they are just one box. So basically if I select all these, it's basically everything called something with apartment, I think. Let's see. So, okay, maybe not these up here. And you can see these are also here. Okay, my point is that we have a lot of colliders here, and performance-wise with physics, it's not ideal because it needs to calculations with all these individual colliders. So I can optimize it by removing a lot of these. Like you can see here, all these, and it's actually even mesh colliders. So these could really be replaced by one collider, one box collider, that covers this entire building. Of course, these little things on the top and these up here needs to have their own, but this majority of it here could just be one box. But I won't bore you with that now, actually, because that will be boring to look at, I think. And I can also mesh combine to do some other optimization, but I do that off camera. Let's try and make some more stuff destructible, because we will run into some other issues now. So the next thing here. So this was this building. It's not done, but it works, but it doesn't look and feel super well, but it works. So we'll just continue so we can actually destroy all of them, and then I will look into optimizing the buildings and some have some debris and stuff like that. For instance, all of these would be nice to have as this debris, maybe, so we have a few things flying out when they are destroyed. But let's see here. So now I have to figure out. Let me just check something here. Okay. Made first block to destructible. I just want to save this, but we actually have a no. Let me fix another problem so I can excuse me, no, we'll fix that later. Anyway, it's something with occlusion, calling, and stuff like that, but we don't want to go into that now. Stop. Because I want to show you some other things that I actually need your input to. Hear your ideas for that. It's a simple thing, but it's a complex thing. Really. Okay, so let me see. Is it the city? Is that one? Yeah, okay, so that's the city. Okay, let me... So let's hide all of that. Yes, and... we can hide. Okay, so that's that. Okay. Okay, so I basically need to. Okay, so this is the floor. That's fine. So, okay, so the next question here, because now I need to, as you can see, I need to combine an entire block of houses here to be able to destroy that. But you can see here, this one is built like an L here. So this is actually one big block. But don't you find it weird that this entire thing goes down? Let's say you have some propanes over here, and then this entire block disappears. That's kind of weird, right? My guess for when I get back to the firing system, once this is made destructible and we have tested the, this will be 26.1.3, that will include this one. I'll put that on as experimental. And I was actually planning something new maybe, to maybe do an event in the Discord and then say, let's say, for instance, on Friday, maybe 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, we do a community event for an hour and half or how much time people have, and then we test the experimental branch. So we have some focused time on testing together, where we will test both that it's working, we're testing this destruction thing and stuff like that, and then people can join in, whoever wants. It won't be a live stream, but it will just be, well, maybe it will be a live stream, I don't know. We could maybe do that, but at least we want to test it together. So that could be cool. It's a big for so anyway, so once this is out, then it's firing system time, and that will be the next thing, because then the game should be fairly stable. Of course, there's always more to do, always more performance, always things I can do. But I have to kind of have that version set for a bit while I work on the firing system. So it's the next thing, and this is the last thing I need to fix, unless we find some very game-breaking bugs in this test we will do. But anyway, so this is a big block. So we can agree that this is a big block for sure. The problem is, where do I cut it? Because, and I can maybe show it to you. How the fuck do I do this? Can I do it like this? Let me show you some of the problems. Because if I hide this, and okay, maybe we can live with that. The thing is, the end of the buildings looks like this. So if for instance we make this kind of the first module, or maybe we cut it here. Maybe we cut it here, and then we have this one, and then we have this entire one, or something like that. Anyway, my point is that the end of the buildings, you know, so let's say this one is destroyed. Then this is what you will see. So you're standing here in the game, looking at this. Okay, we can live with that, I guess. Guess we can live with that. It's just, you're not supposed to see this, because you can say, because it's not very nicely done. You know, it's just supposed to be inside of an house. This is what you're supposed to see, right? And I cannot put that in here, because then people will have windows inside of the other house. That would be weird. Put a brick wall on that. Yeah, I don't have a brick wall as such, but yeah, I could do something like that. But you know what? I will go with something like this for now, and then once it's working, I will fix it if it doesn't work. If we need to put something in there. Now we need to divide it first into different things. So, okay, so where do we cut it? I think actually, it would make sense to also, why are we seeing all of this? What is that? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So now we are doing. Whoops, we are doing some. Called some organization here in the hierarchy. Organizing. Okay, the problem, I was actually supposed to cut, I was thinking about cutting it here, but then we have a problem with this pipe going over. If I was cutting it like here, then this air vent thing is going over there. We could of course just move it a bit. Or we could, oh, it's individual parts, so I could actually... Or I could just have... You know what, we're gonna cut it for now. And then we have another problem with this one. So let's say this building goes away, then the clothes would just be hanging in the air here. And if I make it part of this one, then if this one blows, it will still just be hanging there. Anyway, how should we do this? How should we cut this? Because I both want to make it easy for myself. I want to make these blocks as big as possible, because then I have to do less work, you know, for each of them to make it work. But why is this looks weird? Is this really how it looks? Oh, anyway, but at the same time I don't want to have two big blocks. Yeah, we could put some gas tanks on the roof. That's actually a good idea. Also to make things more spicy. For sure. That's actually a good idea. But these, yeah, and these gas pumps will be out. Yeah, that's fine. We can do that. But still need to cut it first. You could make it look broken. The end thing over here. Yeah, but how do I just do that? It's not. But we'll figure it out. And there was a map in the map section where all the objects or buildings were shown on it. Yeah, it was destructible map. It was while I was testing this. Making this destructible thing work in multiplayer. We had that destruction map, but it's not really relevant anymore. So I removed it. That way you can just keep it one. Yeah. I see, Cornwall. It was nice just to go in there and just, blow stuff up. Yeah, okay, I could put some, I see. Yeah. We could do that. That's actually a good idea. I could just take some, most likely there are some, I have some prefabs in here which are just like dirt or something like that. Yeah, I could do that. But anyway, okay, let's get started here. Let me cut this. So if we cut it, the most obvious place. Okay. So to avoid this cloth on the line here issue and avoid having to cut this over, maybe we should go to here. Actually. So it would be something like this. And then these dumpsters don't need to be in here. So let's see. Okay, so what we do here is that we... Okay, yes, should have done something first here. Wait just a second. Where is it? Block. Here it is. So let me do a new empty one called block 2, and then let's place it. I think we have here it is. Okay, so that is placed in there. Okay, perfect. So I'll take this one here, and then I will place it in the middle of this one, approximately in the middle, which will be something like here. And that is because this is gonna be the parent for the other ones, and it's there. Okay, so that's fine. Boom. And then I'll go down again. We don't want to select that one, and then we're gonna do like this, which was not far enough. That was too much. And then down this one. So let's see, is that everything? We don't want to have these two either. So now I'm trying to select the stuff I want to be part of this prefab. So all of this is what will be destroyed or removed when it's destroyed. And that looks kind of okay. Okay, so let's see. So we do like this, and then I think we can just grab the first one here. I can't remember if I did. I don't think I did it this way actually. I did it another way. I think we can move it up here. Boom. So now all of this is under this parent here. Boom. So now we can remove this like this. Okay. So now we have this as one block on itself. We can just move on making the other blocks before we do prefabs and yada 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 yada. Also because I think we have... See, why do we... What? What? What the... How did we get that one over here? Why is this... What? Okay, this one we don't want to have. So we put that back into the... Okay. Move it up here. And then we move it down here. Boom. So, like that. Okay. And then we have corner, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it looks kind of okay. Okay, so now we have that block. So let's hide that. Boop. Oops, see, we forgot one here. So this one. Ah, okay, okay, so these two, okay. Jesus Christ, that's why. So these two here. What the... I don't know how they got in here, but this one needs to go here and this one needs to go here. So like this. Here we go. Okay. No. What? Okay, it was the other way around. Oh, Jesus freaking Christ. Oh. I took the wrong one. Okay. Let's try again here. So this one needs to go out here, because you can see this vent for some reason was parented on the vent over here. So I guess it's simply messing something up, or me messing something up when I did something. Okay, so here. So here we are again. Okay, now it's good. So now we can select this one and it's in the middle. Okay, perfect. Boom. Okay. Ah. See you, combo. Yeah, I can. So I can exactly use something like that to cover up some weird looking stuff. But here, of course, I will need something again like this third thing that we have for the other one. But this one needs to be smaller, and yeah, so it's no problem. We'll figure that one out. But now I need to divide this, as you can see here. So now I have a block 2, which I have the block 2 here, which will be this one. Perfect. So let me move on to this one. And here we have stuff that we don't want to be part of that, because we want this to, yeah, be on its own. But we can, okay. So let's do this corner one here. Oops. So let's see. So let's. Let's do another building empty one here, and let's call this number 3, and we move it up here to this one, and then we need to move it so it's actually in roughly the middle of the one we. That will be an angle one, so we might want to have it here, maybe. Yeah. Okay. So I'm thinking something like this, except this and this and this. And in this case, we don't want to have this to be part of the prefab, because that needs to be able to work independently of the rest. Same goes for this one. You can always move it out, but yeah. So let's try and move this one up. Maybe I cleared parent. What did I did last time? It was a little easier last time. This is not super. Okay. So here we have block 3, and these should be individual network props. Yep, because they need to be. The reason these should not be a part of the prefab is that we want these to fly around. When this one explodes, these needs to be fly around, or you can also have them moved. They can be some, if let's say a player moved this couch over here, then if it was part of this prefab, then when this is exploding, well, then the couch from over here will disappear. That will happen in some cases because I have to do it like that in some cases, but in this case it should just still be there and should be its own thing. I can see that I missed this one. Oh, it stopped. Oh, damn it. So now we have to include all of these because you can see the problem here, right? Oh, we could also no, that would be weird. We have to cut it, make it a clean cut, because if this one is the first to explode, then we will have a kind of a hole in here, but maybe that's okay actually. Let's see. So it would be no. I think we should have it as part of that. I think we should maybe do something like this. And then include this in that. Hello, Amnesty. Howdy, howdy. Oh, and then we have this one who overlaps. Oh. So we need to go all the way here. Let me check something. It will be a pretty big one then. If it needs to go all the way over there, but maybe it's okay. Yeah, maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay. Let's see. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Then we have this one, this one. See, and then I think actually maybe I can do like this. I can say clear parent, and then I can scroll up here and I can do like this, and then I have all the stuff down here already selected. Oh, we have this freaking vent cone again. Okay, and we need to go 3 here. Where's this one? Okay, so they are okay. They're connected. Fine. Okay, fine. So let's see. So this is okay. We are forgetting. This one is missing, and this one is missing. Clear parent. Okay, So these are individual. No, okay, they are. So they actually need to be part of it because they are no longer. Okay. This one is right. Yeah, so this is a network object and its own rigid body. So this what's it called? The disks, satellite disk thingy. That can be thrown around and stuff like that. But these are no longer physics objects. So for performance reasons. So let's clear the parent of them too. So we can go here and then we can take them into number 3 here, and then we can do like this again, and then maybe hit the right one. Then. So now we see. Okay, so now all of this disappears here. That's fine. Boom. Perfect. Okay. So this entire thing will be one. It's a little big, but we'll put some debris in there so it looks nice. I guess. Okay. So perfect. Boom. And then we make this one the block number 4. This is game dev. But it's actually a part of it that is kind of visual, so, and that's also why I'm streaming it, because some days I'm just sitting and looking at the screen thinking for the majority of time, and that's typically not that interesting to look at. At least, even though this might be a little boring, there is some visual stuff to it, and you can also kind of, you get the idea that we need to cut these things up to be able to later on destroy them, which is what we're all here for, right? Okay. Perfect. So this one we don't want this sat nav thing. These are not, and this one we need. Blah 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 blah. Perfect. Boom. Yeah. And there are a bunch of optimizations that I will do, but might do it off screen because I won't get to that today. But another thing that could be optimized is that, as you can see again, just to talk a little game dev, right now all of these are individual meshes, so they are each of these all of the same ones are rendered in one go, but it's still various draw calls to draw all of these. So by combining, because we are not gonna move them or change them because the building looks like this now, I can actually combine all these meshes, and then I can actually show here. I'm not gonna do it now, but I can show you the concept. Mesh, combine mesh. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it actually. So I'm not gonna do it now, but what I will eventually do once we are set and done, and everything is as it should, you can see the vertex count will be the same because the actual 3D object is the same as I understand it, but the mesh count will go from 67 to 6. So it only needs to render 6 meshes instead of 67. Materials are the same, and draw calls, and that's the important one. Right now it takes 67 draw calls per frame to draw this particular building. Where when I'm doing this, which visually will not change anything for you as a player, it will go down to only be approximately 6 draw calls. So if you multiply that up with all the buildings, yada yada yada, you see that it's something that it gives some performance. Not that this game is the most expensive graphics wise. The majority of things here are physics and then the particle system on its own. But anyway, if I can do a few things and then get some more performance out of this building, then we have more resources to do fireworks. Anyway, so hello, Glory Gaming. Let's see here. Okay, so now, okay, so now we actually have. These 3 extra ones. So let's see here. Okay, perfect. Should we? Yeah, okay. There's some other things we do, but let's drag these down here and make them prefabs, because then we can start doing something else. Boom. Because then we can actually on these ones, it needs a box collider. Is that a trigger? Something here. Okay, so you can see here, as I talked about before, we have this entire thing could really just be one box collider, and I could go in and remove all these colliders, and I will do, but I will not do it now. But this box collider is needed on the top object because we need this destructible thing to work. Anyway, so let's go into this number 2 here. And this one, we need a network object on it, so it can be synchronized with this destructible thing here. And we give it some kind of health. Ignore damage under 20, so we cannot do it with very, very small ones. What do we have? Let me see here. So it's this one, block 1. Okay. Yeah, so it's called block 1 right now. It's too big because this is the we can actually, we could already do something. So if I duplicate this one and then call it block 2, so we have a specific destroyed part to each of them, then we can make it look better. You will see in a moment. Okay, so now we have it as a network object. We have destructible on it. We need a box collider, and we actually might need more than one, because this collider here rips, so that needs to cover the entire building for it to be destroyed. But as you can see, there is kind of this hole, and if I do like this, you cannot walk into this area here, you know, because this box will eventually fill up this one, so we cannot walk in here. We cannot have that. So I think I will just do it with a few ones. Can we? No, we can't. Let's see here. So we do it this way instead. And here I'm already trying to align this box, because I know I eventually will be removing the collider boxes from all these individual ones. All this green one you see here, I'll remove that. We can actually do that right away, by the way. Maybe I should do that first, really. Can I do type mesh collider? Can I do that? Yeah. So we have all these here. So all of these mesh colliders we could really not these ones. Because we still want the collision for them to work. On these ones, yes. But the rest of them, what about? I don't know why we have colliders on these. This is not gonna. Why should it collide with clothes? Anyway, so we can actually do this. And then for some reason we still have something down here. Which is weird. Oh, okay, it have 2. Okay, perfect. Nice. I'm just doing it anyway because now I'm here anyway. So this, and we need. Oh, okay, they. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I think we will just commit this to all of these because, yeah, this washing line is prefab, so I can remove this mesh collider from this prefab in general. And the reason I want to do that is because we never want anything to collide with these, right? You know, why would you collide with this? It's weird. So we remove it in general from all this. Again, performance. The game is not really about colliding with the cloth on a line. And we have this one, yes, so we can also commit that. So now it changes on all the lines in this map, or in the game really, which is fine in this case. Sometimes we want to have it different, but in this case we actually want it to go away, and then we go over here, and then we have this one. And the reason I'm not, all these buildings here, I'm not committing this as a prefab thing. So all these apartment doors thing will have these removed, because that's not the case on everything, on all these, not yet at least. Well, I will not be. Right. We have this one. Okay. So here, boom. So this is the fun performance optimization stuff, or the easy to understand at least. Okay, so we still want collision with these ones, we still want collision with this, but we don't want with these ones. Perfect. So now we can do like that, and go back here, and then I can go back to the block up here, because now you can see that this what is this? We still have this. It was box. Oh, damn it. Okay. Box collider. Okay, let's see here. We have some boxes here. Not on the top one, but we actually want all of these gone, I think. Not. Yeah. Okay. Do we have to collide with these ones? Yeah. Okay. We don't have to collide with the window frames. Again, I know it's a detail thing, but really, how often do you care if you collide with the window frames, which is still made as a one, two actually box colliders, which is weird again, for this game. So let's what should we do to roof? Let's take all the roof ones here. Oh, we at least win all the roofs here. We need them gone. Not and not. And there's still some. Oh, it's multiple. Damn it. How can it keep? What? What? It has more buildings that you can actually enter. They have a lot of, not in this particular city thing, but they have an entire mall you can walk into, and they also, I think they have a shop package too, and office and stuff like that. So really, if I had the time, I could build some more stuff. But again, it's a balance still, because we need to, if the map have a lot of things that can move around and stuff like that, we have to keep the size of the map relatively small, I think. What? Okay, so all these windows over here. So yeah, so there are buildings we can walk into. I could make that, but again, as you know, time. So we will remove all this. Why do they keep showing up? Is it because? Okay, I don't get that. So this one, it's very much removed. But why can I? That's annoying. Because the other ones, see, these ones are actually gone. No, anyway. Okay, actually, now that I think about it, okay, the problem with having this box is, of course, that you cannot get all the way close to the wall. But for now, we will live with that. Okay, let me continue with this one. So now we have this box, and then I need to have another box on this top one. This one here, which will be something like, yeah, we can just go up here basically. Oops. So something like this. Again, it just have to be roughly fitting, because again, the details in this is not, of course it would be nice, but we have to think about performance too. And I have no way of yeah, making this work for everything. So like that, this one. I forgot this one. So let's see, if we close this one and we only see the colliders, we should see a rough skeleton of this building, right? So here we have how this building looks. Boom. Okay. And again, from a player's point of view, you shouldn't be able to notice a difference at all. Okay, so now we have this one, and it have this destructor, this destroyed 2. So now we're gonna make this destroyed 2 prefab match this building here. And the way we can do that is that we can, for a brief moment in time here, we can put this in here, and then I think we can actually lay out the dirt here to match this one. I think. We will at least try and then see how it fits. So this one's fine. And let's move this up here, and then we can delete this one. So we have dirt 1 here, and they don't have to be that large. Whoops. Because these buildings are not. Just have to cover here. The reason the other ones had to be so big is because they had these stairs down that went into the ground. So to cover all that, I had to do that. Let's rotate it a bit. Something like this, so they overlap here, and we can see from the side. So let's go down a bit. Not too much. roughly there, roughly here. And then we can maybe take this one, and then we don't want it to be that tall. This one not that tall. I promise you in a moment you will see the result. So like this. Okay. So now I think this should line up. So now I can remove this one again here. And we have some smoke going on there and some fire, blah, blah, blah. An explosion in the middle there. So, okay, the explosion here too. Yeah, okay, it's maybe okay. Yeah, okay. Let's try it and let's see. So, here it is. So this one, and then it have number 2. It have that. And then I have to do like this, and then I have to do like this. Make it work. It's just some Unity NDO thingy. Okay, this is not a network. Okay, fine. So let's see, and we also have to, because else it cannot spawn it. Map definition city, and we have to refresh this thing. This should say 160 or 61 actually. Fine, yes. Okay, so let's try. Let's see if it works. Okay, let's see. But basically this is how all the buildings will get destroyed, and then once it's working, I can do some stuff, as Kel'Thuzar was suggesting, putting some stuff on the edge of the building so that when the building next to it goes away, it looks a little smashed maybe. And all this optimization of taking all the meshes and combining it into one and removing the colliders and stuff like that. Okay, so that was the wrong way. Remind me what building. Oh, it was this one over here, right? No, wait a second. Wait. Which building was it? Ah, it was over here. It was this one. Okay, so this is the. Yes. Boom. Maybe a little too big. I might need to make this dirt a little smaller, and also I want the more fire here and stuff like that. And also you can see a problem here. You can see things are disappearing here when I'm walking around. That's due to some occlusion calling. That's easy to fix. Don't worry about that. So this one should now be able to be blown up. But when that is blown up, the fireworks store right next to it is also blown up. Okay. We could also have, we could also for fun try and start the fireworks store and see if that will blow it up. Because that would be a nice thing if that one can chain react. So often when that goes off, if it chain react to destroy the building next to it, that would be kind of cool to kind of let people know, oh, this is also possible. So let's see if we can do this. Don't know if it. There's this one there. Let's see how much. Let's see how much. It was. Which one was it? Over here, right? No. No, wait a second. Where is... no. Can't find my way around here. So, okay. So it's this one here. Buildings, where is it? Environment. Buildings. 2. Boom. So let's see here what's... this one. What? Okay, here. So you can see it still have 32,000 left in its hit points or whatever we call it. Okay. So it's not completely destroyed after that. It's still very annoying that this one have colliders. I don't get it. Why is it showing a collider there when I clearly removed all the freaking colliders? What? No, anyway. Oh, and it's static too. We have to fix that too. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so let's go up here and let's go in here and make it static. Boom, and then make it not static. Boom, and then it's good. Yes. We can do the same for this one actually. Because we don't want it to be static. Okay. Okay, so it was not being blown up, but it did work. So that was fine. But maybe we could have 2 of these because you would have that, you know, next to a fireworks shop. And also, you could also have one here on the roof because you store your propane up here. Classic style. Especially next to a fireworks store. So this is how to design a map so things will escalate. Hopefully. Let's see. Let's try again. So I think we will do this as the last thing, and then I will. One of the new community screenshots here, and this one too. No, not that one, but the other one. Anyway, so now we have more propanes here. Let's see. And then I think I will call it a day for now, at least live stream wise, because we have to have dinner soon, so I will leave after this. But very good progress. Quick question, are you Danish? Jeps, det er jeg. Jeg er dansker. But I keep it in English so people can understand what I'm saying. The potato man. The potato man. Yeah, okay, that must be it. So yes, I'm Danish. Come on, please explode. Okay, that wasn't enough. Did they... They did. What? That still wasn't enough. Okay, we could do something else then. We could... let's see. Environment, buildings, blah 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 blah. There we go. Yep. Oh, this one. Okay, it has. What? Last time it was. What? It had more Okay, maybe I should turn that down. But anyway, let's see. Close up here. Boom. All good. All good. Again, we have that problem with stuff being, but that's occlusion culling, that's fine. Maybe we should let it settle down so we can see how it looks when the smoke is all gone. Yeah, let's settle down and see. But I can end off the stream while we wait on the smoke to go away. Because, yeah, good progress. And I will just continue with this. Maybe something off stream, maybe some on stream, but yeah, that's it. I could remember when I was like 9 years old, I played this game when it was just released. Oh yeah, it released 5 years ago, 2020, December 2020. So this is the 6th year. So yeah, I need that fire extinguisher. You're right, we need that. You are right. Does that sound right? Yeah. I can show you another new thing that I don't know if... not specific to the fire. Okay, you cannot see it here, but... Or maybe the small fire doesn't... Doesn't the small fire ignite? Okay, this one I do. Anyway, just while we wait on this, I changed the logic so that fireworks now, the rockets now fly in a more realistic arc. So it's actually heading the way it's rotating the way it's flying, like it would in real life. It wasn't before. Typically you wouldn't see it because you were not close to it, but now it's actually flying more correctly. Yeah, you cannot see that anyway. Okay, let's see. So you can see we have this occlusion issue, but that's no problem. I can fix that easily. So I just wanted to see that this is not fitting. We need it to go further down so it's not hovering over the ground here. So that one needs to be fixed. And yeah, maybe it's okay with this thing here. Maybe it's fine. Maybe let's just fix this dirt here, and then let's do one more thing before we leave. Just take it down a bit. No, not that one. Not the entire one. Just these two here. Just a tiny bit down. Perfect. And then maybe let's... Let's lower maybe the hit points here so it can actually be destroyed easier. Yeah, let's try that. Wasn't it like free? Well, yeah, the first version was actually free. The demo, no, not the first version of the game, but the demo was free. The demo was of course always free, but it was free. The first demo was free on itch, and then it was a free demo on Steam. And then when the game released, I took away the demo to not have to maintain that. But I don't know, people are kind of asking to have a demo back, but I don't know. Maybe if I can make some build script thing so I can build it easily so I don't have to maintain it specifically, but yeah, I don't know. The demo in the first place was, yeah, both for you guys to be able to play it and try it, but it was also for me to actually figure out if people wanted to play something like this. Because if you didn't, there was no reason for me to make it, so yeah. Okay, but anyway, let's try and go in here and put something here. Yep. And let's see. Let's see if this building blows. It doesn't have to blow every time, but it would be nice if it... Once this one goes too. Still not. Okay, we had 2 propane tanks. How much damage did they do? Anyway, let's see how it looks when we when we explode it. Boom. Let's see this. See, now it's better. Now it's not hovering over the ground. It's actually in the ground now. It looks like it's part of the ground, you could say. That's fine. Same goes here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, perfect. Okay, so let's end off with some explosions here. Why not? I don't know why they're jumping up like that. Straight up. It's not actually meant to be like that, but it looks kind of funny. So I think that must be it for now. Okay, so yeah, that was it for now. Good progress. I will of course just continue on it, optimizing it and make the other buildings, like kind of group them together in prefabs, make them destructible, and yeah, and stuff like that. So yeah, soon it works now. Now it's just a matter of me, you know, putting in the work to organize things and put it together. But that's no problem. It's just a matter of spending time. It works, so that's good. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching today, and thank you for the support for the ones of you who bought the game and plays it. We can maybe do a check how many are playing now actually. Let's see here. Oops, no. 427. Pretty nice. So you're doing a good job. And we can also take a look at Mod.io here. Let's see here. Where are we on Mod.io? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But 88,000 downloads today. Pretty nice. But anyway, that's it for me today. See you in in another stream or whatever, and maybe in that event that we might, if I can get this working before Thursday or Friday, maybe I will do this event in Discord just to try something out. Try that event. I never had a reason to create an event in Discord, but this could be it, just to kind of remind people to join. And let's see if it works, or if I'm just there by myself testing it. But that would be very nice. Could be nice to test that. So yeah, maybe see you there. Maybe in a stream before it. I don't know. But yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.